And at the moment only S is without a lap, and he just set a lap, but it's not good enough to get higher than the 12th place. And Skyzy goes to 6th. I think that's a good lap from him. Almost in 7th, so I think the slipstream helped him out. Let's find another guy who is going to start a lap. It's not Verstappen probably, as he's in 0. Let's go on board with Hereby again and see if he can go score some point for the Maltesers and the Greek combination. He's in the 3rd ERS mode, now 4th. All the way to 6th, why do I say 6th? 2nd gear. Okay, now we see in 6th. And all the way up to the hill, maximizes the speed there hopefully. And he didn't get much higher than 12th now. Again, let's see if somebody's on a lap. That's also 0 mode. Onyx is probably on the lap, let's watch for him. And there's yellow and 2 places on the track actually, but that's probably people letting the others by who is on the lap. Onyx really taking it easy with the ERS. And now finally in 5th, that took long. Mark seems to be happy to have heard my voice. Well, it's probably still very different than real was, yeah. I don't really have a very good commentator audio probably, as I'm doing this literally for the first time. But yeah, somebody has to rock these live streams. As you may know that there's 4 of them today. And where is Verstappen gonna put it now? All of his... Oh, he's actually going to put it into the pits. Almost everyone is on the pits. Let's see if Nolan is going to set a lap now. The Haas dude probably should move away soon. And he is. All up to 7th here. Hard braking zone into 5th, even 4th. He's even going into 4th, so didn't expect that. He's really going into low gears all the time. Probably trying to flip around the car quickly. And here you want to have a good exit, and it seems like he has it. But is it also enough for the pole? It isn't, but it's good enough for second at the time. It's really close, almost got that pole. So at the moment it is a Lithuanian on top who is still going to set a lap, and he crashes literally. Let's go to someone else. Thomas won't improve anymore, that's for sure now. So anyone is, no, not anyone probably, but many guys are still able to get that pole. So let's watch with Onyx, because he is one of those competitors who may get it. And I'm quite sure he is going to start a lap. Actually getting that slipstream there from his fellow teammate KGL thing, although he is in another car, he is still from the Netherlands. Oh, he said it already. It's pull for Onyx now. Let's watch with Fruitful. It's many Dutch guys on top now. Dutch are on 1st, 4th, 5th, and it's Verstappen on 13th as lowest. Also Fruitful is going into the first gear here. They're really going into low gears here. Lower than I had expected, really. Also the racing point is all on the grass there to give some space to the guy setting a lap. But where is he gonna place it? He is not improving. We go to Zach. Where's Zach gonna put it? Purple sector. So it can be a real fast one. Can Zach then take pole? 4th. Still a good improvement, good improvement. On board with Matty from the Danish side. Not with a slipstream, but can he improve? Cannot improve. Eustace did not settle that. It's going into the pits. Let's go on board with Ash to see if he can improve just on the last minute. See many cars there. Even the slipstream from the Mercedes. That should be planned probably, because that's also Lithuania. Ash Best goes to 7th. Fruitful no improvement anymore. Who's on? Rinio is still on. Did he improve? He just finished. So the front row actually is going to the Netherlands, 1st and 2nd. Then 3rd it's Lithuania with RT Thomas, 4th with the French side of Nolan Lopez and also Zach from France. Then again a Dutch guy and a Lithuanian and Fruitful and Ash Best respectively. Then the first Danish guy, RT Matty, then again a Lithuanian, Eustace. Then France with RT Max, QVR Verstappen from the Netherlands. Then another QVR guy, Mr. Skyzy for France, another QVR guy, Sparholt for Denmark and Sweden. Then I think the first one from Malta and Greece, which is Herinho. Not sure if they're happy with that, but they can still improve in the race. All to race for still. As you may know, there's no safety cars or rain, it's all gonna be dry. So you have to win it really on pace. Let's see who is on the bottom still on the grid. Is Hypsweichel for Denmark, then for Malta it's G Brie is here, then Scope as last one for the Denmark-Sweden combo, then 2 Maltesers, Michael and Heated and Rika rounds off the grid for Lithuania. Really close from 1st to 14th actually, within 8 tenths, so was an exciting qualifying. Hopefully the race will be as good and my commentary hopefully will get better as well, because this is the first time of course, so all to learn for, only to improve still. Hopefully you're also enjoying it. First race is almost to start here in Group A. You can also later on in a few minutes expect Group B and Group C to start with their qualifying. Group B is of course also racing around Brazil. The other 2 groups, Group C and D, are racing around Canada tonight. As said, Group C will also start in a few minutes. Group D will start in about half an hour. So be sure to also check those live streams out, whether it's live or watching it back later on. Hearing from Scope his DRS broke mid-quali. Yeah, that's pretty unlucky then. Can't help that, of course. The DRS failures are also always pretty random. Let's go set it all right again. Come here with the telemetry. The tires. Many guys on softs, of course. The top 10 is all softs. As I said, the grid hasn't changed, of course. No penalties here, no grid penalties, no engine failures. So that's all the same as I just mentioned in qualifying. The first guy who is actually going on the medium is Hereby. Also, Omg Bree is here, Scope Fielder and Heated are on the medium. That's actually 3 guys from the Malteser squad who are on the mediums. Probably they have tested it, I expect, so they know what strategy they want to use. Probably they want to hold up some guys. Probably they think they can go game with the soft at the end. But it's not Lithuania who is on top really, which from the qualifying phase for which depends the group are on, the pools. You would really expect they would top it, but they are not. They are 3rd with RT Thomas, and then 7th with Ashbest, 9th with Eustaces, and Rika is 20th, so they got some work to do if they want to win this group. As you may know, the best 2 teams over the 2 races will get through. Top 5 team scores all points. I'll get that exact points list later on, as you may be interested in that. Also, as the 2 best thirds from the 4 groups will advance to the next stage. So also, if you can get many points in and become 3rd, you still have a chance to really advance to the next stage. So it's all to play for. You don't have to be the best to get through at this time. You just need to have many points, and we're gonna see who's gonna survive the first turn first. They are going away. Nolan is really on the inside. Probably wants to avoid all damage there. It's actually really clean so far. Bit of hugging with RT Thomas and the leg. There is yellow flag. Oh god, that's carnage. Oh no. That's 1 Danish guy already gone. Oh please don't drive into it at the back. That's really carnage. 2 Ferrari guys, so that's 2 Lithuanians already, who are gonna have a tough race. They are on the soft, so I don't really know what probably the hards are going to be, what they are going for. It looks like the wing is still not broken too much. That's probably helpful, because Rika is going really wide. He misses all wing, so he has to pit. Let's go up front again, on board with Zach, see if he can get close enough to keep himself in the DRS train and overtake some guys. At the moment it's still 1-2 for the Netherlands. France is following. Thomas sneaked in on 4th. I think he lost 1 position there. But still, Lithuanians need the scores, because 2 are having not the best luck probably now. Also Zach at front as the first French guy. Matty still good going for the Danish side. Still pretty close though, so also mixed in with all the countries. I really have no idea who's gonna win this. Probably at the moment it's the Netherlands winning with 1, 2, 7 and 16, but yeah. It's good to see so many countries really up front really. First laps it will probably be a bit of a DRS train. Matty is still getting very close to Zach. He's probably looking for an opportunity there. And when DRS is going to open, that's probably next lap, lap 3. Then he's gonna try it for some moments. But he lost a bit of space, it looks like. But Zach is also really losing out on Thomas here. He should keep himself in that 1 second gap to match the DRS, because otherwise he's really under threat from Matty. Let's also look up front if the Dutchies are battling each other. Probably not, but Nolan is really getting close. So he wants to have a battle for that second place to then probably get first also. All on the hill. It's really close still, only a few tenths between them all. They're still all in the DRS range, which is really viable here. To not only overtake but also just keep yourself in the train, keep that pace going. Let's have a look at the back more also. It's Max still with France here going, also in the DRS train, but Sparrow lost that second gap. So next round he's really under threat from the French guy, IoT Max, and also Mike Koo from Malta is following. So it probably won't be a double move here, because he's just out of that DRS gap. But here the DRS from Max is going open, and it's gonna be a 5. It's going up on the inside, and he has done it probably because he's now already in front. Ooh, big log up there. Probably Sparrow can now turn back on it. Because he's getting the DRS now, and he's not going on the inside. He's probably waiting it out, probably wants to do it on the next straight. Ooh, it's going wide there really. Should keep himself in that 1 second gap if he wants to try it next lap. Let's watch also a bit more at the back here. Scope is also really close still. Heated has lost that DRS gap. Verstappen has lost the DRS gap, but probably have had some problems. Still got his wing. Also had a bit of yet, I think. Has he? Probably should check who has pitted already. That's fast at that, but that's not what we need. Yeah. Stops. OMG breeze here. Rick have stopped already. Back to the tires again. So these two dudes have stopped already, and you can see it because they are really far behind. 40 seconds. Probably they're going to be lapped soon already. If they're really going slow later on. Hartz is not a very fast tire. Of course, the others all has to pit still. So probably keep in front now, but at the end of the race, let's go back to the front again of the race with Fruitful and Ultimate, who are really close. They're all really close. The top 10 are all in DRS range actually. It's from Max on really, who's not anymore in the DRS, so. And he's under threat from Sparrow, of course, probably going to watch that in half a lap. Some guys also saying hello in the chat. Well, I'll say hello back, of course. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Also at this moment, the live streams of Group B and Group C should be live. If not, it's probably live on another channel. Then something went wrong, because they should be live on this one. Let's go to Matty again. Sparrow too far back to attack. Michael still good following. It's really a DRS train evolving behind Max also. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 guys following up, all wanting to attack the Renault from the French side. But Mike is having a bit of a problem there. He's really. He should get back on the pace to keep that DRS, because he's now out. He's now in again. He's just updating all the time. He's now almost out again. Back to the front again. Nolan has actually done the move. On both, actually 2 guys have done the move. Nolan and Thomas have actually made the move on Onyx. I don't know what happened there. Probably somebody else noticed, of course, on the minimap, but I didn't. but they're really close, really close. It's just use all the ERS, all the fuel. You have to just use it on the straights, because otherwise people are just gonna overtake you. Look at that DRS train also. It's literally just 9 guys all in the DRS. It's going to be massive when you're going to pit really. That's going to make the difference probably, because if you can only get that 1 second gap after it and you're in free air, you can just drive all the way and never be overtaken again, because you're not on the threat then if you don't make a mistake. But this actually changes also a lot already for like the live standings, because of course a Dutch dude went more to the back and France and Lithuania came into the fight again, because there's now 2 Frenchies in the top 5, 3 Dutchies actually in the top 6, so probably they're still topping it. They're really doing good, doing well actually. At the moment really the Netherlands, France and Lithuania make the best chance to probably make it to the top 3, although there's not really Lithuanians up front. Nolan actually, he's putting the move on. Nolan is taking the lead. The Dutch guys were on the front row, but they are not in the lead anymore. But Elting is already fighting again. And just because of this fighting, everybody can keep up. Everybody, probably even more guys will get into the DRS train if other Team X can keep up again. And on LT Thomas has also made a move, but Onyx again, he wants his place back of course. Oh, that's tough fighting, it's tough, but oh god. I wanted to say it's fair, but that was already on the edge. They should watch out to not crash each other out of course. And they are also wanting that to not lose the gap to the 2 up front, because you see that one big move just to fight it and to overtake is already costing them like half a second. And they don't want to get out of that DRS, although they can get it back of course if Nolan and Elting are gonna fight each other, but Thomas is gonna fight Onyx again. Oh, you see all the battling in front also. You see Elting is gonna get it back on Nolan, and Nolan is getting it back on Elting. And then there's these 2 guys behind. All with DRS still. Ooh, that's close, that's close. Don't break your wing, mate. He didn't break it, I think, but you don't want to break your wing now, because you're out of the DRS. You just have to pit, and you'll lose so many seconds that you may not come back in that DRS train again. Let's see again for the top 1 spot battle, see if Elton can take it back from Nolan again. Onyx also close, Thomas also close, all the guys behind are close, all up to 9th. And in a train we have 3 Frenchies, a Danish guy, we have 3 Dutchies, we have 2 from Lithuania and none from the Malteser squad. So at the moment it's not very good looking for Malta, but they were qualified from Pool 5 literally as the 20th team, so probably they didn't have the highest expectations already, but they're still doing nice. 12th, 13th, all for Malta. So they're definitely not out of the fight entirely. They are fighting there, probably with some luck also this race, probably on the next race, next week they can make that 3rd spot with a bit of luck. All to happen still, 1 big crash, few guys out, it will cost them points. And you will get them, so. Let's also move on more with Eustaces, because he's really up close there, and he's probably, well, probably likes it at the back, because it's like easy driving, just keeping up, but probably also wants to make a move, and we want to see that of course, if he's going to make that move. And also get the guys at the back of the train a little bit of viewing time, probably nice. Probably people supporting them as well in the fight. And then it's not nice if I'm only watching the first guy, simply because he's in front. Oh, somebody left. My crew left. Has the Malteser internet that just died or so? Because he wasn't 12th. And he's not anymore, so everybody going to the ghost car now. It's also all the Lithuanians there, because I see 2 Ferraris. I think I didn't. Okay, there's not 2 Ferraris, there's an Alfa Romeo. Probably I did mix that up. Oh no, oh carnage. On Williams. What happened to the Williams? Is that Arenio? Arenio, yeah. Looks like he still got a lot of his front wing, so I don't know sure what that happened there. But Ash also has his front wing still, right? It looked like something broke, but it seems to be still there. Oh no, there's on the side. Side end plate is not there. Well, then it's going to be interesting. Is he going to hold up QleenVigor Racing from the Dutch side more, or is he going to pit? Let's see what he's going to do, because he has already pitted probably. Has he? Stops. He has not stopped right. Okay, probably he's going to pit. He's going to pit. Verstappen is also going to pit. And where are these guys going to? They are probably going to the mediums, but they're earlier than the guys up front, because, well, many are in the pits now actually. Elting is in the pits, Sack is in the pits, Argentine Max is in the pits, Justas is in the pits, so we are now going to see where the DRS train is going to end up. Who's going to keep himself into a DRS train, and who's going to miss out? Verstappen all alone, Ash Best, of course, fixed his wing, new wing on it, who have lost a lot of time. Sparhold is now also alone, many guys are alone up front. Skyzy out of the DRS train simply because people pitted. So yeah, out of the DRS train is probably going to pit now as well. But the real question is, are these guys going to pit? And Nolan actually has that gap. He's also pitting. All guys pitting. Onyx here has a chance to get back into that DRS again. Thomas also pitting. Fruitful also pitting. Matty also pitting. Skyzy also pitting. Sparhold, is he gonna pit? He's gonna pit probably. He's not gonna pit. Sparhold not gonna pit, so he's going through. But where are these guys going out? Let's see where Onyx is going to come out. And if he's still in that 1 second range. And where Elthink is, because he pitted a lap earlier of course. And let's see if it pays out for him. He's there on the right side, you saw on the screen. He is gonna have Onyx, he's gonna have Onyx. Michael joins back in from Malta of course. Good that he's back. Like to see that. So at the moment it's the 2 QleenVigor guys up front, simply because they are going longer. Sparl and Scope Fueler. Sparl still will pit very soon probably. Nolan is up front. Elting just on the second, probably not in the DRS range, and that would be a pity because then he probably doesn't get back if he doesn't get faster than Nolan in the coming laps. Elting there with Onyx really up on his back, probably allows Thomas to catch up again. Also Zach Fruitful still within the DRS range. Matty got actually, looks like he gained time a lot with that early pit stop, but it's not enough for the DRS range right now. Let's go on board with Onyx to see if he's gonna fight his teammate actually. Probably they're gonna use the DRS to just catch up to Nolan. Could think of that plan. If they do that really well, they can gain with that. They can really gain with that. Also seeing some fans in the chat for Team Netherlands of course. Good to have you all here. But still, the Dutchies are not within the DRS of Nolan, so is he going to be able to drive it home without somebody in his DRS range? Let's watch a bit further behind back. Matty is losing again time, so he's probably not going to catch up with Fruitful. Arenio is there but hasn't pitted yet. Michael was gone, but his internet came back to life again, and luckily he's back again. He's making his own train with Matty and Skyzy in his back, who have just pitted and are probably quite stressed that somebody is driving into their way. Michael now also going to pit. Yeah, those softs are probably pretty gone. 13 laps of course. Skyzy is making the move on Max, probably that's planned. Could think of that because Skyzy was in the DRS train, the first DRS train, and Matty was leading the second DRS train before the pit stops. Could be that they are going to use each other now. And Aurelio is still in front, they caught up quickly. Spoiled has also done his pit stop. He's actually right on the back of Eustaces, who has lost a lot of time I think, because he was in that first DRS train and Max was not, I think. No, Max was not, so he has lost some time somewhere. Probably quite frustrating for him. I have no idea what happened, but if there's any reports, we will get them after the race of course, and then we'll look into them. So probably we will find out what has happened then. Also heated there, Verstappen making a move on it. What a great timing from me. Yes, you're very experienced come doing his first race. Heated will be able to use the DRS now, but like he's probably not going for a move because he was just overtaken. Probably he just wants to keep into that DRS range as long as possible, just to keep up, just to keep the pace going. Ash Best at the back, not a very fortunate race for him I think. He broke his wing. At the start it already went pretty bad. I don't know what happened to him there, but he was in the corners at the back. Michael is back again. OMG and Brie is here. For Malta Rockinghead still probably hopes some DNFs are going to come, because otherwise it's going to be a tough race for him. Guti is still keeping up. Same for Rika, who is still staying, still open for the chance for some points. Let's go back to the front again, because Onyx is not making the gap smaller to Nolan, and that could be a problem for actually everybody behind, because if he's not keeping up, Nolan is just going to win it, just going to drive away, or he has some penalties of course, which I'm only going to check later on just to keep the excitement going. Nobody knowing who's going to win this, because you don't know the penalties. Few cuts and you get a 3-second penalty. Do it once more and you get a 6-time penalty on it actually. And if you look at it now, imagine Nolan has that 6 seconds penalty. Probably he has, probably he hasn't. Probably I'm just making things up, that could also be the case. But imagine he has it. He's gonna fall back to 8th? 7th? 7th actually. 7 people if they all don't have penalties, which is very unlikely of course. But imagine how important penalties is. Just that's my point actually. Fastest lap doesn't matter, but that's Nolan, and Onyx is really close with that. But yeah, you don't get points for fastest lap, so why would you even try it? Probably just to flex with it, which is also cool, but won't gain you points. So let's look at how it's going right now. Everybody has pitted hanging, apart from Heated. Only Heated has not pitted. OMG Breeze here, Rika have pitted in the first lap of course. So oh, Nolan is getting a penalty. Probably my prediction was pretty good. Elting also a penalty. In that case, if Onyx has no penalty, he's gonna win it. But it's really close, because the gap to Nolan is getting bigger. If they are gonna fight for second, they are actually not going to catch Nolan if he keeps having only 3 seconds. Also, I promised to say how many points you get for each position, which I totally forgot about, but I'm looking it quickly up for you. Here I have it. For first you get 25 points, second 22, third you get 20 points, fourth 18 points, fifth 16 points, sixth 14 points, seventh is 12 points, eighth is 10 points for your team, ninth is 8 points, 10th 6, 11th is 5 points, 12th you get 4 full points for the team, 13th is 3 points, 14th is 2 points, and we round up with 15th, which is 1 point. So even going till the end is worth it for many guys. Crashing out will cost you points, will get the other team more points of course. Aurelio saying in the Discord that Verstappen should be commentating. Well, it's not Verstappen, he's racing. And you have your Dutchie, Game is commentating here. So bear, probably bear with me, but probably bear with you if you also expected someone else to commentate, of course. More Dutchies in the chat supporting the Dutchies, of course. As you may know, there's still 3 other races to watch also. There's also a Dutch team in that, so if you're supporting the Dutchies, be sure to check that out. I think they're on the last one. Can have a quick check, can actually also say, drop which team is in which group. Group A, of course, you're watching it, Lithuania plus Malaysia, Netherlands 1, France 2, Denmark, Sweden and Malta. At the moment, it's looking good for the Netherlands and France probably. Also the Danish side and Lithuania side are catching up with good points. Malta probably last in the group now, but probably they're still able to fight for third at some point. You never know. Third still possible to advance then. Let's go to the other groups. Group B is Germany 1, Scotland 1, France 1, Poland and England 2. Group C is England 1. Very strong side with guys like Louis who are just topping every TT list, of course. Still Germany also really strong side, of course, and Germany 2 also, which was in pool 1. But back to Group C. Group C is England 1, Finland, Ireland, Norway 1, Portugal 1. Already quite some fetish. Ireland versus England. Ireland thinks they are gonna win. I highly doubt it, but probably they can really fight their way up to that. Group D is Germany 2, USA, Netherlands 2, Spain plus Belgium and the Portugal 2 plus Brazil. So Group D has probably the most connection issues because it's USA and Brazil. So hopefully that's not gonna end in tears. But let's go back to the fighting again, because Onyx has he made a move? Was he third? I think he was third, right? He's up to second now. He has that gap. Let's see if he has penalties. This is the time we're gonna look for penalties, guys. Nolan, 1 penalty. Onyx has only 1 warning. Can still get a warning, does to not get a penalty. I don't think he had 1 penalty. 1 penalty can't get another warning even, I think. Can he? Probably not, right? 1 warning, it's 1 more penalty. This is LT Thomas, only 1 warning. Will gain positions now on L, think already. T1000 sec as 5 seconds on the speed limit, on the how do you call it, pit entry, that's the word. NX6 fruitful. Warnings at the beginning, actually 3 probably was a touch with somebody, but I highly doubt he shouldn't get another one, because that will result in penalties. Matty, only 1 warning, doing a good job. Scope, also probably only 1 warning, doing also a good job. Max, 1 warning only. Skyzy, also only 1, oh, got penalties last. So he's probably gonna drop somebody is close, I don't know it anymore, because there's so many guys, can't all keep that in mind, of course. Warnings for Eustace is also part penalty, also warning lately, should watch the penalties more again. Spoiled, many warnings, also gotta watch that, mate. Verstappen, 0 warnings, penalty king right now. Ashbass, 2 warnings, 3 warnings, probably can only get 1 warning, and he got a penalty. Aurelio, 1 warning and a penalty in the end. Heated, 2 warnings, good job. Only driving at the back, so probably it will not gain so much at the moment. Warnings for Buri only. Rika, 1 penalty, almost on another penalty as well. Let's go back to the action again, because unfortunately you can't have an easier way to check these penalties, but probably you want to know them because they will influence the race really much. again. Probably not. Probably he's gonna keep it to the second straight. All going through the Senna curves, the Senna S's. I'll take another penalty. You're not going to finish that higher probably, because everybody around him has now fewer penalties. Only Zach has 5 seconds, which is still 1 second less than him, and that's enough right now. It's enough already for him to overtake him. Real good battle here. Let's watch at the back also a bit more. Sparrow keeping up with Justas is not enough right now for a move. Here it's all big seconds gap. Probably one not very happy with this race is Ashbest. Probably expected a better result. But hey, you're 13th right now. Probably somebody is gonna ruin his race still. Still good points on the table for you. Lithuania will thank you later for it. Max is really close. Let's first see if here someone is going to overtake. Oh, they're close. Oh. And the first guy doesn't have DRS. Thomas is actually gone. Thomas is gone. He's just gone because of all this fighting. Ooh, there's a Red Bull really on the limit. Really on the limit. Probably, yeah, it's Elting again. Probably not even caring about penalties anymore. But you should, mate. Matti is really in range of you with penalties right now. Nice fight. Let's see here. Max is in the inside of Skies. Are they fighting each other? They are from the same team actually. I hope they are not fighting each other, because yeah, or it's for fun. Probably they feel safe enough for Justas at the back and they think, yeah, we are not gonna make the guy in front anymore. We probably have penalties. Just a bit of fighting, all for the commentator. Oh, what a beautiful shot. It's very grassy, but it's nice to see the overview. Let's see if they're again just gonna hop each other on the DRS train. Making their own DRS train really, because it's not a big train, it's just a French train. Oh, for a second thought they were going into the pits. Luckily they are not. Imagine they had damaged each other. Don't want that. Max keeping himself in front. Probably this guy is gonna get that position, and now oh, he's going right there. But he has the DRS, right? Not gonna make it. Let's go move up on the front again. We have Nolan driving first, but I think on penalties he's not winning it right now, because Onyx doesn't have a penalty, most likely, or I missed it on the bottom of our screen. Arlety Thomas also very close on penalties really. I think he also didn't have any penalties. It's Onyx and Thomas who didn't have penalties, I remember. So if he can just gain 2 tenths or so, he's second. Because Nolan has at least 1 penalty, I think he even had 2, so probably he's even making it easily then. Then the fight at the back. The DRS train was 9 men, it's now only 3 men really. That's the biggest DRS train. Don't know if I should be happy with that or not, because we won those fighting. And these guys are really putting up a good show. Not close enough now probably. Also a good moment to see who gained the most. Probably also a nice detail. Stops all 1, but Rika, who is not having the best time of his life probably. I hope he's still enjoying to represent Lithuania in racing. Then position changes. Hard to read, but actually not many position changes. Only Ashbest really falling far back from I think 7th to 13th. And also Hype's Weichel with 5, but he DNF'd of course. Nolan gaining the most really at the front. Also Fruitful 2 positions gained next to Skyzy 3, Sparl 2, then Scope and Mike also with 3. They are all in the points. The last 5 are not, including Hype's Weichel for Denmark. Penalty for Rinio. Let's go to the tiles again. Stops 1, nice stuff. Also on the minimap you can see it's really spread out now. It's not one big massive DRS train going anymore. Oh, they really want to have a fight here. Does this allow Fruitful to actually escape from this fight? Because Zack was having a bit of troubles there. I'm not sure if it was just finding grab or whether it was a threat from behind, from Elting. But he should really use the DRS now to catch up again, to keep himself in the DRS. Probably also wants to overtake Fruitful because he probably has more penalties. So he wants to overtake them to get that position down, drive away from him. Let's see if here an overtake is going to happen. He actually caught back up pretty quickly. Close enough, probably looking where the line is. Not enough to make the move. Let's see it back. It's actually Skyzy. Still with Max around. Having a lonely race, only with the other French guy. Also not making a move. Sparrold is still on the back of Eustace. It's actually not many incidents now anymore. There's just only a few people within the US range. They are also not really making the moves. They're just keeping up. They're like, yeah, let's go. We just need to keep the pace going instead of fighting, because then somebody from behind is gonna catch up. And at the moment, that's Verstappen probably. I think he caught up a lot of time on these guys. We saw him at the beginning have a bit of a bad luck moment probably. Didn't have such a lucky qualification, also wasn't really there anymore again. Was a bit at back, probably expected better himself, but still 12th, good points from the Netherlands. Sparrold just way too far behind, he's not gonna make the move from there. Hopefully he is close enough for the second straight to make a move. Eustace has got a penalty there. That's actually interesting. Now Sparrold is probably just gonna keep it behind, keep it easy, don't risk anything, just get those extra position on the finish line of penalties. Let's go up front again, because they are still battling with 3. And the battling actually allowed the guys in front to just get much farther away. Quite a lonely race it has become for the guys in front. First off, they were all up close, all on the DRS train, and now they're all driving alone. Simply because they escaped the fighting, not having to fight, get the DRS, gap, closed, gone, how you call it, I don't know how you call it. More than a second at least. Also at this moment, if you're interested, this race is almost over of course. You can still watch Group B and Group C quite a lot live. They are also in the same channel. Also Group D, same channel as probably started right now, because it's 30 past 8 Dutch time, 7 past 30, 30 past 7, that's how you say it. English time, UK time, whatever you want to call it. They're all driving around Canada in Group C and D, so if you want to watch another race, probably a nice change. That's why we did it. Next week we have 4 different tracks actually. Can look them up quickly for you if you're interested in knowing where they are gonna race. Group D is gonna race in Russia, Group C is gonna race in USA, Group B is gonna race in Great Britain, and Group A, which I'm commentating again, hopefully you're liking it, is around Azerbaijan. More walls than Brazil has. I also see the viewer numbers are going down. That's probably simply because people are changing to either another live stream from us, or they have to race themselves, because this was the first one of course, 30 minutes earlier than the next one, so probably people just wanted to watch a bit of the action here, probably even steal the tactics from here for their own race, which is absolutely fine of course, because it's an open live stream, you can watch it, you can use that information. It could be tactical, but yeah, probably they already knew what they were gonna do of course, because most of these guys race weekly on this game on a high level. You can see that also on the page. Rika is getting another time penalty. Probably won't impact his race anymore. He is dead last with 18 seconds of Abri. Abri is also very far behind. Probably these guys not very lucky with their race, of course. Accidents at the start, had to pit already. Hopefully they can come back stronger next week. At the moment, if I didn't miss any penalties, Onyx winning this, and also Thomas probably getting second. Nolan has a gap to fourth with his penalties if he didn't get any more. So he's still on the top step, and that would actually be a very nice podium because it's 3 different teams. And that spices up the championship, of course, because only the best 2 teams are guaranteed to get through, and the third best has a chance. So you're not definite out, but you gotta stack those points, because otherwise you don't have enough to compete with the other best third finishers, and only 2 of the 4 go through that way. You can also see at the tire information that they're all literally the top 13 is on the mediums, and they all pit on 1 or 2 of the same laps. So not much difference in strategy for this one. We already had expected that probably, but coming races will have more strategy options possibly. Can't have that around the whole track, of course. What cars actually goes there? Let's see that after this fight. Zach's probably not gonna make it. I think it was a Haas. Is the Haas gone again? Not gone again, this one. Heated. Also not gone. Was there somebody gone? Looked like it, but probably it was just somebody having blue flags and getting out of the way. That could also be possible. Let's go up front again. Skyzy just following here. Not gonna make a move there probably on his teammate. Matty, also from IoT actually, the Danish guy, all driving alone. Elting now also driving alone, but has a lot of penalties. So if he got a third one, Matty is actually gonna get him. He didn't have a penalty right now, I think. Fruitful probably taking fourth. If one of the guys in front got many penalties, he's gonna get to the top step. Zach has 1 5-second time penalty, so you would imagine he's losing out, but Elton got at least 6 seconds of it already, so he's not losing out right now. Irenio got another penalty at the back, not making his race easier. Let's see actually if... Ooh, there's a move from Zach for it. No move right now. It's not the time for moves in the last lap actually already. Completely forgetting that. Eustace is getting... Oh, he gets the move actually. Sparl now. Oh, what a nice move. All using that DRS. Verstappen on the back as well. Let's see if he is gonna make it. And don't forget, we also should watch the winner, because I'm probably gonna miss that even then. The winners are now getting there. Let's go back to there quickly. IGK Nolan Lopez probably gonna lose it on penalties. Not sure anymore if the guys have gone on penalties more. Onyx topping it. Thomas also topping it. Fruitful, is he gonna get Nolan on penalties? Probably not. He's not. Zach 5th. 6th, I think Elting. But Matty is gonna take him. Is he gonna get him? Not gonna get him. Max and Skyzy all on the line. Not getting anyone on penalties. Verstappen actually got Eustace. Also Ashbest got them. Let's see how the penalties play a role here. Verstappen takes them. Ashbest also takes them. Eustace probably had an accident because he lost many times there. Scope. Ooh, almost on the penalties made. Still points. 15th. Yeah, Mike's gonna get points in for Malta. Malta actually finishing behind each other with 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th. But it's still a point for Mike. Cool. Good to have Malta in there as well. Probably not winning it, but enjoying the fights. These guys are also delivering, of course. It's all about representing your own nation. Let's have a quick look at the podium. Netherlands on top it's Lithuania second, and that Monaco flag is probably flexing for the French side. So yeah, well, good job to the countries representing here. Onyx with the win. All the guys up front, good pace. Actually got out of that DRS train to get away. Saved that position. Unfortunate for Nolan losing it out in penalties, but yeah, can happen. Still good points. Not much lost there. I'm also getting the experience, very helpful, of course. Probably they rated my commentating. Hopefully they did. Now we're looking just at the corner in Brazil. I hope we get the standings also. Am I? Or is the game just bugging? Probably it's the game bugging. Hello? I want the standings. I want to. Oh god, it's. Oh, yeah, it was bugging. Weather? We don't do weather here. It's clean. Clean weather. Clear. Clear, not clean. Clear weather. Clean racing, clear weather. Back in the lobby, session in progress. Okay. I guess this is normal because I'm never commentating. Probably it isn't. But at least I hope you enjoyed the stream. And the points will get later on, of course, published. Probably after we have gotten a report. So expect them within 1 or 2 days. Hopefully we get them up then. If you want to watch more, there's more. There was only the first race, guys. You can still watch Group B, Group C battle it out. They are still in the race now. If you want to watch also qualification phase, qualification, what do you call it? Qualifying. Qualifying? I think it's qualifying. Qualifying around Canada is also live now in Group D. So yeah, switch to the other channels. Group B is commentated by Chill. Group C is commentated by Ivor by Mike. And Group D has, if everything is right, Daki and Cookie. That was it for me. Next week we have Azerbaijan here for Group A. That's race 2 in round 1, and then we will see which teams from here will progress. Have a good night.